You know what? You know what might be a really good franchise to look at for the Miyagi Line, just because of how people represent it, and it's all about today. The OG Star Trek movies.
I'm definitely interested for Star Trek Day.
Yeah, right. Like, so you have a franchise that has 6 films, so it's an even number.
Mm-hmm.
Where usually people dog on the odd, right?
Mm-hmm.
People dog on the odd. So where would you guys put the original 6 on the Miyagi Line?
And we're leaving Next Gen out. You want to leave Next Gen out?
We can see if Next Gen after that. I have my own issues with the Next Gen series as far as films. So
if you look right here, you can see a butt right now because I'm watching. Was Demons or what was it called?
So let's start with 1. Mick, where would you put Star Trek the Motion Picture on the Miyagi Line?
This is the line. Below the line.
Even with how well it's made.
I love the filming. I love Robert Wise. Robert Wise, or Days of Earth stuff. You know, he's amazing. And not for Sound of Music, but whatever. Sound of Music sucks, but it's okay. FYI, I did say I hated somebody today because they said they liked the Sound of Music. Out of the blue, I hate that movie so much. Like it was a character in a TV show. I was like, I hate that guy. He likes the movie. Anyway, so yeah, it's beautiful. It's wonderful filmmaking. It's not a bad story. I like the story, but as far as Star Trek goes, and the fact that unlike most of the other ones that followed it, they didn't utilize the crew as well as they could have, and that was always Star Trek to me. It was great to see everybody come back together, but they didn't utilize them. Also, I didn't like the way they changed Starfleet into what they were. It was less exploratory. It was more cruise liner. And I didn't like that. So when 2 came around and it was more along that line, so that's when it blew up for me. But that's me. That's what I thought.
What do you think, Chris?
It's kind of sucks because my dad's gonna be mad at me because he was a huge Star Trek fan, and the only one I remember is part of the first one, and I remember some of the Wrath of Khan, and that's it. Like, so I gotta go back and
I brought up a bad topic.
It's all good.
Oh, that's a great topic.
That's fine.
No, that's fine. Because what we'll do is we'll have Chris pick the next one.
You're good.
Oh,
You're
okay.
You want to pick the next franchise, Chris? Let's run through Star Trek real quick.
Sure.
So, Dan, where's 1 for you?
Above. I think it's one of the most underrated films in history. I don't get the hate. They were clearly channeling 2001: Space Odyssey. If you watch it today, it looks better than pretty much every other one of the films that were made. It looks great. The visuals, I like the storyline. I like that storyline better than almost everything they did in TNG movies. Like, the only thing that I don't like, I would rate it way higher if it weren't for the fact that I think they did Kirk dirty in that film. I think they did Kirk real dirty.
I'm sorry, what's TNG?
Next Generation.
Okay.
I'm not a huge fan even. I just know the terminology. So I put it above. Like, if this is the line, I mean, like, you're talking like here. Not like here. Like here.
I do want to talk more about that though, like how they did Kirk dirty. I love to hear your opinion. I don't want to leave Chris out, so I want to kind of move along. 2, I think we both agree.
Way above. Khan is an S tier. Khan is an S tier movie.
I would urge you, even for the filmmaking side, especially because you really like that side of the technical, like the shots and such. Watch those movies, man. I think you really like them. Back for the time, especially coming off Star Wars.
And the thing is, I've seen them all. My dad has forced me to sit there and watch them.
You just don't remember.
I really don't remember them. I really don't remember them.
That's fair. I mean, one is really forgettable. I mean, it is. If I'm going to be honest, the plot is not what puts it above the Miyagi Line. The plot is not what puts it above the Miyagi Line. It's everything else. The plot is kind of average, but everything else about the film puts it above it.
Funny enough that you mentioned that for the first movie. you said it's more 2001, which is what they were going for, of course, and because they were trying to compete with Star Wars, but they weren't Star Wars, so they wanted to do, so they went more with the look of 2001. So all the reasons that it's like that, I love 2001 and with its story and what it means and how everything ends and what the whole theme of the movie. And I had to grow to love that. I didn't love it when I was young. I grew into it, but I have to say, because Star Trek followed that for the first movie and not Star Wars, which what they basically did with Wrath of Khan, which is way better. That's why I don't like it as much, is because 2001 has a theme, and if you can figure it out, and it's supposed to be really hidden and really you have to figure it out.
It's so esoteric, yeah.
Yeah. So, but Star Trek didn't have that. They just had kind of a cool twist where it was like, oh, we sent Voyager. Oh, okay. Voyager. Oh, we get it. There was no, there's not a thinker to that one. So, like, you're trying to be 2001, but you're hollow. So it's.
I get that. I mean, like, it's, if it weren't so well made, and honestly, it's some of the best, I think it's some of the best acting in the series. Like, I wouldn't put it there, but so 3.
3 is below.
Above.
I love 3.
I love 3. I think it's above. What puts it above to me, it gets a lot of hate. So I immediately feel the need to defend it. But I love Christopher Lloyd in that movie, man. I love Christopher Lloyd in that movie so much. I think the storyline is great. Too bad Kirstie Alley couldn't come back and play the role again, because that was really weird seeing the new actress. But 3 I put above.
I put it below, but the reason I put it below, first of all, it's the only movie in history that course corrects a death of a major character, and I both think it's a ruin for the franchise, but I'm so glad they did it because I'm so glad Spock continued on.
So you don't like that? So
from a story,
I get it. Yeah,
standpoint, I feel like you made a major sacrifice, and then in the very next one made it completely null and void, and that is so cheesy, and it really pisses me off from a storytelling perspective. From a Star Trek fan and lover of Spock, I am so happy he continued on, and he went into TNG, and he went into the JJ verse and everything. So I'm so glad it was course corrected, but as a storyteller, it pissed me off. 4 as above. I love 4. I think it's well directed. I think it's a fun tale. I think it's enjoyable. I think it goes back to what Star Trek was before the war thing, and it works. I don't care if Dan's shaking his head. Listen,
I can't. I hate that movie so much.
Dan, it's one of the better ones. You just have to suck it up.
You know what?
You know what?
Problem.
If you say 4 is bad,
oh, you better believe that's a bad one.
Sorry,
it's below. It's below. Who cares about whales?
I do. I am a whale. Shut up. I voted for you son of a bitch. Vote for Dan for Face of Horror. I
don't want to see any of the cast in 1986, I think it was
7. Yeah,
I don't want to see any of the cast in that. I hate the love interest for Kirk. She is a terrible actress. A terrible actress.
The mom? You mean the mom from Seventh Heaven?
Yeah. Like, I don't know anything on Seventh Heaven, but like, I think that 4 has absolutely trash. I love how Futurama makes fun of it. I love how Futurama just rips on the plot. And it makes no sense. None at all. 0 sense.
He's fired up.
Yep.
This is a strong opinion I have, Chris. This is a strong opinion I have.
I enjoyed it.
I celebrate that movie. They hold it on high. I've heard people say it's better than Khan, which is insane because Khan is one of the greatest movies of all. Hey, I'm going to say something really controversial on the show right now. Khan is better than any Star Wars that has ever been made. How about that? Khan is a better film than any Star Wars film. Period.
I would hard argue about Empire.
Nope, better than Empire.
No.
You know why? Because it actually executes revenge. Like, and it is great. It is.
Go comatose for me, baby.
You shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
That's you right now. Shut your mouth.
I'm
How
so.
dare you?
So I am rating this. Obviously, personal preference is coming in hard, but trying to remove personal preference, I still put it below the line because I think the plot is terrible. I think it's one of the worst acted, and people just overlook it. People just overlook the acting, and the acting is so bad. And the only highlight to me in that entire film is Scotty.
He's like, remember the source, guys. Remember the source. He likes
everybody's asking me to turn off your mic, dude.
Like is strong, Jason. I just don't hate it, which is different. But
that's true. But you've given good reason, and actually, it pisses me off that you've actually made me rethink. Maybe I should go back. I'm never going to.
I'm over here like, I need the watch these.
The highlight to me in 4, Scotty picks up a mouse, and he was like, computer. Yeah. Like, to me, that's the highlight of the film. Every other part of the film, I like.
Bones
two parts. Computer
Bones
and
in the 1980s was amazing.
Double Dumbass. Computer and Double Dumbass are the only parts I like. Every other part, I may as well just. I feel the same way, FYI, about what's the Next Generation one where it basically they land on a planet where everybody is young. Insurrection.
Yeah.
I feel the same way about Insurrection. I'm like, now,
I love Insurrection.
If 4 had been an episode,
if you like Nemesis, I'm gonna go crazy, Dan. I'm gonna lose my mind.
I think Nemesis gets too much hate for no reason.
You son of a!
Let's go!
How dare you on Star Trek Day? Even Jonathan Frakes said to me that Nemesis was sports.
I didn't know. So here's the thing about 4. If it were an episode, I would have probably enjoyed it. Do not make me sit through 90 minutes.
Oh, it's a good movie, Dan.
Like, no.
It wasn't Wrath of Khan. You're right, but Wrath of Khan was good. But like, I'm looking at it from the.
They're not even in outer space. It's Star Trek, and they're not in outer space.
Listen for Edge of the City Tomorrow. Edge of the City Tomorrow.
No.
It took place in 1944.
Same problem I have. So it's the same problem I have with not holodeck episodes. People love holodeck episodes. Nope. No. This
Show me some fucking stars, man.
Show me some stars. Star Trek. Trek the damn stars.
If anything, you take those 6 movies. Technically, you take Generations 2, but you take those 6 movies and you go through them, and they only are episodes of the season. Dan, you got the first one and the fighting Voyager, but it's not really you know what I mean. And then the second one, which is a 2-parter, to be continued. We'll bring Spock back next week. And then you get to the 4th one, where you cool off a little bit. You're mid-season. Maybe you got Paul Mann. It's a good one, well-directed. Good job, Leonard Nimoy. I love you. Then you get to the 5th one, which is, I swear to God.
5th one.
I swear to God, Dan. I swear to God.
Above the Mendoza. Above the Miyagi Line. Above.
Dan,
this one gets
you
hate for
fucking
no
are
reason.
kidding me. You are. This is equal parts why I love you and why I hate you. So I love you for the very reasons I'm hating you right now.
So many good reasons why it's above the Mendoza line. I can talk about the benefits of 5 is to Star Trek. What Rocky 4 is to Rocky.
Dude, no. Rocky 5. No. Rocky is out. Rocky's out. We're not going back. We're not going back in time. All right. Fucking 5, man. Final Frontier. Dude, it's God, but not really God. So, all right.
They go warp 9.9.
Part of that movie is the triumvirate. We get to see the friendship. But it took the rest of the crew out, and that pissed me off. Because
it didn't piss me off at all. They only paid attention to the ones I wanted to pay attention to.
Chris is like, why did I?
No, not at all. I'm enjoying this. I love it. So I love opposite ends. I love opposite sides of the table. This is what discussion is about, man.
Everybody celebrates
Where's
4.
the original?
Everybody's like, man, we love 4. Well, where did they go?
All right. Well, now, here, Dan, I'm going to lose my mind. Do not lie to me on this. Do not bullshit me. 6. It's my favorite. I want to hear it.
Above.
Oh, thank God. Oh my god, dude!
The only one I think is below the Mendoza. For FYI, Star Trek movies, the only one I think is below the Miyagi Line is 4. That is the only one.
Wow, that's interesting. Okay.
Not counting Next Generation movies. Not counting Next Generation.
Fair.
With First Contact is almost as good as Khan, by the way. First Contact is
first of all, First Contact on its own is so far above the Miyagi Line that I don't like.
And guess what? You know where they go in that one in First Contact? You know where they go?
Where?
Earth. But they do it in a way that they also go to space.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey,
I'll give you that.
Like, let's not spend the entire freaking movie on Earth.
Because nobody wants
to done.
On a bird of prey, Daniel. So nobody wants to watch a bunch of people walking around a bird of prey trying to figure out Klingon all of a sudden. They want to be down there.
I watch it all day.
The
indoor episodes of Battlestar Galactica, I love those.
You'll appreciate this. I love that. I love the fact that you just did that. Because I don't know what you said, but I love it. So on Star Trek, so a little trivia for you on Star Trek 4 when they're on the bus and the guy listening to really loud music is on the boombox.
Double that mass, yeah.
That and then he goes over, gives him the Vulcan neck bench, and he passes out, and everybody claps. That same actor was brought back in Picard season 2 when they travel back in time to Los Angeles, and while the Seven of Nine and what's her name? Whatever, I can't think of her name at the moment.
The captain.
No, not the captain. His number one. She is played by what's her name? I can't think of anybody at the moment. So 7 of 9, I just know because of Voyager book. So anyway, they're on a bus and the guy's listening to music real loud, and she says, "Turn that down." He goes, "Okay, no problem. Sorry." So I just thought it was cool, but it was the same actor. They brought it back. Anyway.
That's so good.
All right, you pick one.
Keep it in the universe.
Mr. Jake did say do screen, so at some point I think we got to get to that.